A little background about Van Gogh. His father was a pastor, and he does have some paintings, and he talks about in his letters about the Bible and different things in churches. And actually, when he was a little bit younger, he was a missionary. He was a missionary to poor miners, and through his organization that sent him, they said, when you're a missionary, you need to be like a sort of, I don't want to say like wealthy class, but their idea was you kind of are like on a certain level of finances if you are a missionary. That was just how they did it. And Van Gogh decided to give away everything he had and live in poverty to preach to them, and they essentially let him go. So he had some issues with the institution of church, and he was a troubled man who went through a lot of different things, and he suffered from illnesses and things like that. So we don't know exactly where he fits with everything, but we do know there was something in him. It actually says, I was reading this article, it says, young Vincent made a decision: if he could not preach to the poor from the pulpit, he would preach them sermons without words through his paintings. And so there's different things we can look when he talks about how he sees God through nature and things like that. I mean, all of nature cries out to him. Now, we're not going to get crazy because there's ways to drag that out, right? So we're going to keep it within the framework, right? But in the same way, Van Gogh wasn't necessarily, I don't want to say successful, that's not the right word. We say like he really found his groove, and he really accomplished what he needed to accomplish, and his works last well beyond his death. When he stopped trying to paint what everyone else was painting and try to paint things exactly as they were, he painted them as he saw them. So these are some examples of some stars and lights that Van Gogh painted. Van Gogh is very unique in how he did his stars and painting. In fact, new research has made arguments that he wasn't necessarily painting what was there, but how he saw it. They used a telescope to try and emulate what astigmatism would look like through a telescope, and they saw that stars looked kind of like this. How he may have been seeing through a filter of astigmatism. So do we see some similarities? What is believed is Van Gogh was painting what he saw, not necessarily what exactly was there. Does that make sense? He was using the filter and his faith as the stars looked. And that was one of the reasons why we still know about him,